Clark, are you gonna write in your journal all day?
Yes, someday somebody is going to want to walk through the Clark County Public Library and find everything that I worked on while I was in command.
The only thing they're gonna want at the library are obscure DVDs. They're not gonna come to read your journal.
I mean, if the library is named after me and it's got an exhibit based on me, of course they're going to... What, Beverly, I don't have to explain memoirs to you and journals and all that sort of thing.
Why?
Because you're clearly coming from a place of judgment, I clearly think I have something important to say, so I'm trying to write...
Clark, I'm not judging you. I'm telling you to come help me with the damn business you started, then I'm doing everything because you're writing in your journal all day.
It has not taken me all day. I come
20 minutes?
Oh, okay, well, fuck, is the place, burning down without me for 20 fucking minutes, Beverly?
No, but I've gotten a few phone calls and I get a little socially awkward. It's making me anxious. Just please finish your journal entry and help me take these calls.
Alright, I'll be down in a few minutes, okay? If you have to, just, get one of the interns to do it.
You fired the interns, but okay, I will.
Well, hire an intern!
I can?
If you need an assistant or an intern, just go outside, get one of the goats that looks like they can hold a phone, and get them in here to answer the phone, yes.
I want to get a qualified candidate.
Okay, Beverly, whatever you have to do...
I'm going to sign up for ZipRecruiter.
Whatever you have to do, Beverly. If you want to put an ad up on Monster.com, just make sure, you limit it to people only on our 3 islands. We're still trying to keep it secret. Don't publish it on Craigslist or something public.
Well, yeah, I was gonna do ZipRecruiter.
Well, that would be okay. Just make sure you flag it. You put this certain... I don't know, you're going to have to talk to Brandon. He knows also, he put together some sort of code where if you put it in your files, it will only be visible here in the Triangle of Islands.
Yeah, I'll go find that dumb little autistic boy.
I know, he's somewhere probably putting Sister Marble in their fucking other rocks up his ass.
Hopefully not. Okay, enjoy it.
Okay, finally some peace and quiet. Where was I? It's been a rough few months. Tough. Not really that rough, I guess, but somewhere between soft and very hard. It's like this is everything you wanted, but also with great power comes great responsibility. Restarting Capital Cheese has had its ups and downs, We have been selling great, but, trying to reconstitute the old Beverly recipe without using Beverly has been very difficult. This doesn't taste right. Beverly, come on, can't you just get on the machine for a few days and give us a few pounds of your jalapeno cheddar?
I've been milked dry, you jackass.
But you've been regenerating for years. It's been like a year now.
I'm not regenerating anything.
Oh my god. So what? Thumbelino gets born and you have to give him all your lactation? You can't give us some of it?
That's how it works. Here, touch my nipple. Hot to the touch.
Oh my god.
It's burning. It's nearly smoking.
Well,
it's like I'm doing burnouts on my titties.
Well, we can't get the concoction right. We just need some sort of input from you, like some sort of, I don't know, it must be something in your DNA, your material, that makes your cheese so creamy, so perfect.
Well, if it's in my DNA, it's in our son's.
Oh, you think...
Why don't you go fish out some of his diapers or something?
Okay, you think Thumbelino might be able to make the... I haven't changed any of his diapers, but I've smelled them, and they certainly have smelled like the jalapeno cheddar.
Well, there you go. Go find it. He's drinking my tit milk like his tit, my food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we could, pump him full of all sorts of antioxidants and nutrition and hook him up to one of the machines like we did with you and just crank out a whole bunch of shit.
Well, don't hook him up to the Matrix, but, put him to work. He's a being. He needs to contribute.
Yeah, it's been like 3 months now. I'm tired of having such a freeloading fucking son.
Right, I mean, we've spent so much money on this kid. It's ridiculous, and he's so ungrateful and cries all the time.
I know, and fuck.
What does he have to be upset about, like he works a full-time job?
I know, and he's all crying and coughing because he got colic and whooping cough. Oh my god, it's fucking ridiculous.
Right.
Little immune system from ass.
Right, got his ass fingered until it went away, and then here he is, still crying.
And don't even get me started on how fucking disformed he is. I knew it was going to be impossible having a child with a 94-year-old woman, but I didn't know it would be that impossible.
At least he's got the big dick, Clark. We've went over this.
Yes, I mean, he's certainly going to make some other disfigured person very happy someday, if that's allowed.
Who says he can't have an able-bodied woman?
Look at him! I mean, look at him!
His disability's never gonna hold him back.
I hope not, Beverly. You know, you've got rose-colored glasses on, I guess.
He's a prince. He's royalty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. He is the Prince of Goat Island.
We're gonna court him a nice woman.
You're right. I mean, okay.
Maybe nice sex gremlin or something. Something outside of the species for sure.
Okay.
I don't think a human's gonna want him.
No, I don't think so, for sure.
Even if he was a prince, I mean, we'd probably have to pay them.
I would say so, especially since he requires so much medical care. I'm gonna go get one of his diapers and see how that works, and maybe we'll, test some cheese later. Alright, baby?
Okay.
The cheese was a success from the moment that we got it, but we ran into an issue because Thumbelino is a 3-month-old baby, and he makes a lot of shit, but he doesn't make that much shit. So we were kind of forced to dilute the product, and we hit a huge sales pitfall because of it. I don't know, Tristan. I don't have enough money to pay for this army anymore. We got to start putting people away.
What are you talking about? You have all the resources of 3 fucking islands. How do you not have enough money to fund defense? Tax the people.
Because, Tristan, I mean, ever since we had to dilute the jalapeno cheddar, our business has just gone down. And now, because capital cheese is the main source of income on the island now, I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know what the fuck you want me to do, because I'm a military advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. That's up to you. Either you hire a financial advisor, or you're never gonna have a military, and then somebody's gonna come in here and fucking bomb the hell out of us, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, right now, we're all at peace.
Do you want to get bombed?
No, I don't want to get bombed, but right now we're at peace.
Right now we're at peace. That's exactly what Vietnam thought.
Oh my god. Actually, I don't know if Vietnam ever felt peace until America showed up.
Well, exactly. That's what America thought when the damn Japs came over here and did WW2.
You're right, and they sunk all of our battleships in Pearl Harbor.
Do you think that we have nuclear warheads to throw at any other country? No. We don't.
No.
Because you ain't funding the science, you ain't funding the military, you're not doing anything other than working on a damn goat thing. Goat cheese.
Well, because I'm having trouble feeding all of the goats and all the sex gremlins that we have on the island to try to populate this place.
How the hell did Bertram do it? Get him some MREs or something. Tell him to get jobs.
Listen, we are not taking any advice from Bertram. The last time I was in charge of this island, I had Bertram secretly run it, and this time I'm not letting Bertram on a stick do it. I'm not letting him be in charge.
Clark, I'm not telling you to talk to Bertram. I'm telling you to just figure out what he was doing to feed his people, because I don't know how you expect to run the damn country without being able to feed your people. I don't know how that was such a big oversight to you. These people's diets consist of way more than goat cheese and root beer.
Well, Tristan, we know what Bertram was doing. He was trafficking the animals. I can't do that here. That was the whole reason we took over the island.
Don't goats eat grass?
I mean, they can, yes, but as you know...
Plant some grass seeds!
It takes a few weeks to grow, Tristan. I mean, even then, that's a good fix, but what are we going to do? We raised the whole island. We blew it up. We have to, completely recultivate some areas.
I don't know, get Elon Musk or something over here to tell him to do some of that Mars terraforming shit.
Oh, I want to, but the council that we put together won't let us. They all voted no. They want to keep Goat Island secret.
I think we should get Elon Musk over here, and I'm gonna put him as my right-hand man in military advising. Him and Jeff Bezos. They're my heroes.
Oh, well, they're my heroes too, Tristan. Maybe we can, convene a meeting of the council and see what they say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We gotta have a military. There ain't no way in hell. We're already decimated. We have no infrastructure. Anybody could just walk in here and, I don't know how they haven't already.
All right.
Honest to God, I don't know who would want this place. It sucks.
It does not suck, Tristan. Remember?
It's a wasteland.
It was a utopia when we found it, and we can get it back to that standard, okay? We are going to get it back to what it was supposed to be, a socialist utopia, all right? Of communal goats who love each other and fuck.
The fucking part I can get on.
And also there's humans, and now there's sex gremlins.
Exactly, right. We're a melting pot, if you will.
Right, but only on choosing people that we want to be here, because for whatever reason, the council voted to keep it quiet. But Tristan, I'm going to sound the bell. That means once I sound the bell at midnight tonight, the council will gather in the chambers. Will you be there?
I'll be there.
The council meeting went, well, I'll let you decide how the council meeting went. Here is a transcript of what happened.
So you're telling me you want to bring Elon Musk over here?
Yeah, I mean, he's a genius, and he could bring Teslas.
Yes, Mrs. Clawfoot Tubfeet, Thelma, if I may.
No, it's Clawfoot Tubmeat.
Clawfoot Tubfeet. Sorry.
Clawfoot Tubmeat.
Sorry, Miss Clawfoot Tubmeat.
Mrs. It's
Sorry,
Mrs.
Sorry, I forgot about Mr. Clawfoot Tubmeat.
That's my husband.
Now, as you know, I cannot be on the council as, the leader of Goat Island, but I do have, a certain number of seats that I have filled on the council, and Miss Clawfoot Tubfeet as the speaker. Yeah, I think it's your duty to bring the resolution to a vote.
It's my duty to... all in favour say no. No.
Miss Clawfoot Tubfeet, I think if you go down the line of counselors, you'll find there's actually a lot more support than you think.
That's not in Robert's rules.
Councilman DG?
Elon Musk, dude, Clark, I'm, usually with you, a lot, but, he's not, he's kind of like a super capitalist.
Oh, but DG, Councilman DG, we need capital. And if a capitalist is the one who's going to get it to us, Tristan thinks it's a great idea to get Bezos and Musk.
I do think it's a great idea. I think Elon Musk, we want to get his terraforming shit out here. We wanted him to terraform it like he's gonna do Mars.
We need to rebuild from the Great War. And, we can get him to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And we need Jeff Bezos. We need the supply chain from Amazon. It would bring...
You want Jeff Bezos?
Yes, Madam Clawfoot Tubfeet.
Tell me, Clark County, how much do you think it will cost to get Elon Musk to sign a NDA and Jeff Bezos? 2 richest men in the world.
No, I don't know, but...
Why don't you take the money we would spend on them and put it towards something better?
Like what, madam?
Like grass seed.
Grass seed's a good idea, dude. We need some grass seed.
So we can have craters full of grass? We need to fill in the craters.
Dude, I'm starving.
What?
I'm hungry, dude. There's nothing. I used to be able to walk outside anytime I want and just eat a meal. Now I walk outside and it's dirt.
Okay, but everybody knows that Bertram was doing disgusting things, right, Councilman Dr. Xavier?
Yeah, he was doing malicious things, but Clark, I don't know exactly if that's the right decision to bring these people in here. To be frank, before any other humans showed up on the island, it was a true utopia with just me and the goats. And I really think if we bring more people to that, so maybe we should just kind of spend it on grass seed. Ooh.
I'm in favor of grass seed, DG.
Yeah, I'm voting in favor of grass seed.
Me too, Councilman Xavier.
Down here on the end, Councilwoman Marvel cast survey for, filling the craters with some sort of, sand or something, make a little sandbox for people to play in, and then if it's a small crater, we can put it and put, cat litter in it, and
Oh my god, that's the best appointee we've had. I love that idea. Clawfoot, I'm gonna change my vote. Fill the craters with cat litter. We need more cats here, dude.
Guys, listen, as the leader of Goat Island, I feel like I have to, I know you guys are the council, and I can't do anything without your permission, but this is ridiculous. You guys are single-handedly tanking the island. What do you expect me to do here?
Look, we've let you run this island pretty much with no exceptions since you've took it over, and we are forever in debt to you to be the council, but to say that we're destroying the island is nonsense. You are.
I am been at
You've been in charge! You've been doing everything!
Oh my god, this is a classic scapegoat material. You are just like the Republicans in 2012 saying that President Obama didn't do anything when all along it was the Senate Republicans who were blocking him. Do you want to be a Senate Republican, Thelma Clawfoot Tubfeet?
No, but I would like to raise a vote to make Tristan the leader of Goat Island.
Whoa, Tristan! No.
If I were given the position, I certainly wouldn't defund the military.
Oh, no, dude. No, we can't do that. Like, we just decimated this place like it was nothing. We need the military. That was Bertram's main mistake.
Yeah, Clark came to me and he told me he wanted to defund the military so that he can make more goat cheese. And I told him that grass seed would be the best option. Now, you all are saying grass seed. He said it would be hard to grow it. That's why I suggested Elon Musk. That's why he came here. But, I'm willing to not bring over Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Tristan, no, you are not going to take this out from under me. No, anybody, Sister Marble, Councilwoman Marble, please.
I don't know, Clark. I think we should take a little bit of a recess. I think things are getting a little crazy in here, and people are saying stuff, and I'm saying stuff, and anyway, the council would have to draft up some sort of new rule about how to change goat leaders. So I think you're okay for now, Brother Clark, but you better get your act together.
Sister Marble's got a point, but like she said, Clark, get your act together. Order the grass seed.
Oh my god.
Order the grass seed.
After we ordered the grass seed and planted a bunch of grass in a bunch of craters, we had to start charging admission for the few different craters in order to try to make any sort of return on investment.
Whoa, listen, it's not my fault. It's $10 if you want to eat today, okay?
How am I supposed to get my food, though?
I don't know, lady.
How am I supposed to feed my family?
I don't know, lady. I don't know.
I'm not just some lady. I'm a goat. Stop calling me lady.
This is dark times, lady. Dark times, and I don't know what to tell you. Back of the line. If you ain't got $10, back of the line. This crater's $10. Go try one of the craters that's a couple cents. If you only got a couple cents. I wanted cat litter craters anyway.
Yeah.
First Lady Beverly?
Sister Marble, think you could let me in?
First Lady Beverly! What are you doing here, First Lady Beverly? Everybody clap for First Lady Beverly!
Thank you. I'm hungry.
You're hungry, Beverly? What?
But I don't have a 10 on me. Can I front ya?
Beverly! I can't let you in here without any giving me.
Why the fuck not? I'm the queen. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever title dumbass council gave me.
You're the First Lady, Beverly! First Lady Beverly!
Okay, well, you're gonna let the First Lady starve? Look, my ribs are showing.
Well, Beverly, you're supposed to be eating back at the palace with President Clark.
There's nothing there, Sister Marble. There's nothing.
Oh my god. Are you really that hungry?
Yes.
Is that your tummy grumbling?
Yes. Thumbelino needs to eat too.
Little Thumbelino's hungry. What's he gonna eat if you don't get to be able to make your milk?
Well, not much I could do. Might die.
Is everybody else in line about to starve to death?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess this is one time. Oh my god!
Oh, I'm being trampled. Sister Marble, take Thumbelino.
Oh my god! Watch out of the
Go get Clark now!
After that, we all kind of knew what would have to happen. And that's when I reached out to Dmitri Alaskievich. Alright, Tristan,
Yeah.
Beverly,
Yeah.
I need you both to support me here, alright? You need
Okay,
you to...
yeah.
Any minute now, he's going to appear.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Anytime, any second now, he's going to appear. He had a meeting on the schedule with Bertram, so that must mean he's getting a cocktail from the Magic Man right now.
Well, I mean,
What is, hello? Hello, everybody. Not used to,
How you doing, Dimitri? Don't think I've introduced myself. If I have, I apologize. How you doing, Tristan? Head of military operations. How you doing? You gonna shake my hand or not?
Hello, Sex Gremlin. Nice to meet you. Hello.
No, name's Tristan, head of military operations.
Head of military operations. Goat has started army?
No. Sex gremlin started on me.
Oh, and you are leader of Sex Gremlin Army, I see.
Correct, yep.
Listen, I am not used to seeing this many humans on island. What is going on here?
Well, there's been some, a change in regime, so to speak, Dimitri.
What you mean change in regime? What happened to Goatman?
He's currently on a stick, kinda outside the palace, off the beaten path.
He is on stick. You put stick up ass?
Not up ass, no, he's currently just the head.
He is just a head. What? Hang on, back up. Explain what is happening here. What is everybody talking about?
Dimitri, listen, I'm just going to cut the shit. We were banished from the island by Bertram, and we were doing all sorts of crazy shit to get our way back here. And on our, while we were doing that, we overheard all of your nasty, disgusting plans that you and Bertram were doing to fund this island.
Oh, I don't know what you are talking about, nasty man.
first of all, nobody calls my boyfriend nasty man.
Well, if he is not very clean man, what I should call?
He's not. I'll give you that, Dimitri, but nobody calls him that. But sex trafficking is wrong.
Oh, yes, you could say sex traffic is wrong. Which is why, Dmitri Alaskievich was first person to start the animal sex trade to prevent humans from being involved.
Hold on. There was never a human sex trafficking operation?
That's not what we understood. I mean, we saw you raping Shelly Ann, the princess, while she was in a coma.
That's true, we did.
Oh, yes, I mean, of course we,
That's my wife, jackass.
Oh, sorry. I did not know she was into, beasts. Well, I mean, I guess I did know, because as I was having sex with her, your, fetus bit my penis, Sex Gremlin.
That's my boy.
I'm sorry to say he was quickly vacuumed out of vagina, and he is no longer more.
No, he's still growing.
No, I'm sorry to say, later that night, after the doctor performed the abortion, I went in and I planted PZGZ in there. I'm here to collect.
Well, that's assuming he did the abortion.
What do you mean? The doctor was cut in on the proceeds. He would do.
Oh, you'd be surprised. He's got some wicked morals, different things that change his mind every single day. You can't necessarily trust him.
I see. I was not expecting to have turncoat. So tell me, what is the meaning of all of this? Are you going to turn me into police?
No, we're not going to turn you in the police, but we're just starving.
Oh, you are starving.
We need food.
Oh, I see. So you are reaching out to Dmitri because you are in need. I see. And,
No, we're not reaching out necessarily, but we're trying to, maybe get your consulting services, how we could get some dough up in this bitch.
Yeah, Dimitri, I mean, I know that you have had a lot of, different ideas, you've diversified, you're a movie producer of the Jackass films.
Big fan, by the way.
Oh yeah, we loved the Jackass films, especially the scene with the toy car.
oh,
Toy
yes.
car is infamous.
Oh, you all like a toy car? Yes, a toy car, fun little trick to play. I wanted to do on Princess, but they say no.
I've been trying to get her to do that for a while now.
Oh, well, I mean, she is technically yours. If you are in charge of Ireland, she is your comatose princess. Put the car up, ass.
Well, good idea, maybe I will.
Now, listen, I think a deal can be made here. You are hungry. I have supported this island for years. I like to think of it as private vacation area. So, let us say you let me resume doing traffic, and in exchange, I don't kill you. And, you get the same deal for goat, minus 5%.
Well, we didn't really discuss the trafficking.
yeah,
we didn't
we
think that would continue. That's kind of the whole reason we took it over.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not really in other business. I mean, I'm in other business, but not really in terms of not really sure what to do with Island of Goats other than traffic.
Well, I mean, maybe if you just took like a small percentage, like the ones that are lame.
Oh, I see. Part of our studies over years has been to create perfect goat. How would it seem if all of a sudden my clients are getting subpar, lame, retarded goat? That is not a Leskievich goat, no. And I don't think that is a Goat Island goat either. Goat Island is good place. Could be.
What if we turned it into like a tourist destination or something?
Well, I mean, listen, you'd have a hard time convincing anybody to let you do it because, fuck, I mean, they can't even get Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos here.
You are trying to get, why? You try to get Bezos and, Leskievich is worth more money. The dark net, the dark web, the traffic, all of the underground abilities that I have are far better than Bezos and Musk.
Well, if that's the case, then why weren't you on CelebrityNetWorth.com?
Well, because Dmitry Leskievich is private person. You don't go around and put out what you are, how much you are worth, especially when it is a criminal enterprise. You wouldn't see Walter White's net worth, but he was worth a lot.
True.
Yeah, you're right.
Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Good man, that Heisenberg. Listen, Dimitri, we really don't want anything to do with the experimenting or the trafficking. That was kind of our whole thing. I think it's disgusting what you guys were doing and what you were going to do to Shelly Ann and what you intended to do with her. And I think that was crossing. What's like one thing with goats, I think we could all agree, like maybe with the goats. But trying to do it with humans was wrong, especially with one that was in a coma. So, Dimitri, I think we're just going to have to pass, right, guys?
Well, I mean, I had an idea that Clark wasn't really too fond of, but...
Oh, what is idea, lady, old lady? What is idea?
Well, name's Beverly, Dimitri, but
Ancient woman.
I'm calling you by your name. I'm not calling you handsome Russian man.
Oh, please do, ancient.
Don't like that, but I kinda do.
Oh my god. They say that they like bad boys.
So, you know how like in Hawaii, the McDonald's down there, they have a hard time getting beef. So they got the pineapple burger.
Yeah?
Everybody knows that when you go down to Hawaii that you can enjoy a pineapple burger at McDonald's. Now, what does Goat Island have that no other island has?
Oh, jalapeno cheddar cheese?
Yeah, goat cheese, like jalapeno cheddar. What if we brought some McDonald's over here? Had a McDouble or a Big Mac, but instead of Mac sauce, we have jalapeno cheddar cheese.
I don't know. Do you think we could make money doing that?
No, but it'd be nice to have some McDonald's.
Well, actually, ancient lady, I think you might be able to make some money on this, but the problem is the funds would have to come from goats on Goat Island, and they are the poor, they have no money. Let me say this, how about this? I will help you open McDonald's on Goat Island, just like there is Blimpies on Goat India, there will be McDonald's on Goat Island. And in exchange, I simply want what is mine, PZGZ, and I will give you $20 million as a seed investment.
Oh, can we get him PZGZ?
All he wants is PZG. Well, but wait, there is no PZGZ. It's Tristan's baby.
What if we told him that Thumpalino was PZGZ?
Beverly. I mean,
He's the only human baby here.
You're right, and I mean, that would give us a little bit of time to, let him grow up a little bit, and...
He's gonna starve here anyway. He'd be living in luxury.
Oh, you mean you're really doing this as, like, a humanitarian thing? I just thought we were trying to give him, like, get, like, a babysitter for a little bit. You really want to, like, give him up?
I mean...
A little harder than you thought?
He's pretty annoying.
This has been a lot harder than I thought. Okay. I mean, I haven't really gotten that attached to him.
I mean, I don't think they have ancestry tests or anything like that, but so...
Okay, you go get them, and I'll,
We can't do it now. I mean, I can't just give away my baby that easy. Why don't we tell him to come pick him up in a couple months or something? Tell him he's still incubating. Maybe we could have Dr. Xavier look at his lame limbs.
Okay, yeah, I can sell this, okay. And that way Tristan gets to keep his baby, because, I mean, obviously, he would recognize a sex gremlin baby.
Exactly.
Dimitri.
Yes, ugly man.
I'm interested in, the idea, okay, but PZGZ, he has not been born yet. He's still, the gestational period when you're in a coma is a lot longer than 9 months, so what if you went ahead and gave us the seed money, we open the McDonald's, and we, you come back in a few months, and we give you PZGZ when he's born.
Oh, well, I'm willing to try. But this is very, just know if anything were to happen to PZGZ between now and time that he is born, you would be responsible for payback all money.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, I think we have a deal.
PayPal? Cash App?
I have Venmo.
Oh, we'll have to download that one, but you can send it that way.
And that is how we opened the first McDonald's on Goat Island. End of journal entry. Okay, fuck. Alright, Beverly, do you still need help wrapping McDoubles?
No, I found me a new assistant.
Oh, good. What's her name?
Hi, how you doing, Clark?
I'm doing well.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you. What is your name, sweetheart?
Pissalooza.
Pissalooza. Alright. That reminds me, we need to get somebody better down there in the naming department at the nursery, Beverly.
No. This one, standing on the side of the road, said she'd shine my shoes. Look at these shoes.
Oh my... Whoa, they're shiny. Did she spit shine?
Yeah.
Well, good job, Pissalooza.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, go ahead and clean these shoes.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to MOATAIF. We're back, folks. Shit's going down on Goat Island, and it's on one hand, it's a lot less serious now that Bertram's out of the way, but it's on some hands, it's a little bit more serious, because they're
Big stakes.
They're getting involved with some nasty dealings. I wouldn't make a deal with Dimitri.
I don't think I would either, but at the same time, I imagine him to be ruggedly handsome. And great at persuasion.
Apparently, and I mean, I feel like we're falling right down the path that they're going to take a similar path as Bertram, and all of a sudden they're going to be trafficking goats again. I hope it's not the case, I hope
Right.
it's not the case.
There's just no way to run Goat Island without trafficking goats.
Right. Well, yeah, it's, especially without having, like, any sort of currency on the island, like, how are they supposed to make any money? It's... The only way is through outside forces. It's the only way to do it. They're proving socialism just does not work, unfortunately, in this one scenario. It just simply does not work. Yeah, recently, obviously haven't been doing too much to share, just besides existing. But I have had a couple encounters at the store lately that are just, I'm tired of existing in public. I end up going across the street all the time because there's like the Food Lion right there.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's literally just right across the street. So why wouldn't I, just run over there and I'll just be sitting watching TV and I'm like, I could be eating ginger snaps in like 10 minutes if I just went across the street. And so then I end up going over there. And of course, I end up seeing like the same people over and over again because it's a smaller staff, and I go around the same times every day, and so I end up seeing people again and again. And there's this one person that works there who's, he's got to be like 19 or 20 years old, and he's kind of like a mix between Tom Huffman and Jason Hennigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like a weird kind of guy, like socially awkward. And a little, I would definitely say autistic. And back in like February was like the first time I really like interacted with him. And the only reason I know that is because it was around the Super Bowl. And at this time it was like so busy when I was in there that everybody was, all the self-checkout lanes had a long line. And there was a long lines everywhere. So I just ended up getting in line at a regular checkout lane and waiting as all this shit's happening. And, it's like right around Valentine's Day, and it's also right around, the Super Bowl. And this guy, as he's checking out people's, ringing up people's purchases, he's like analyzing them. And so like the first person's buying 2 bouquets of flowers, and he's like, "Did you say something you shouldn't have?"
Oh my God! So it's kind of like a Liz Torcell situation.
Yeah, literally,
where they interact too much with the customers.
Totally a Liz Torcell situation. Yes.
Like, oh, do you have cancer?
Yeah, I can't fucking believe she said that still to this day. But that's like literally the exact same type of energy. He's like, "Did you say something you shouldn't have?" And the guy's like, he's like some 50-year-old, 60-year-old, conservative man. He's like, he's like, huh? Because of the flowers. And he's like, "Oh no, just wanted to be prepared for Valentine's Day." Now the thing that, I didn't think this at the time, but like if I was him, I wouldn't have said anything, of course. But the guy is buying 2 bouquets of flowers. I'm like, so do you have 2 girlfriends? Like, are you giving them to 2 people? Like,
if you're gonna say anything, like,
and it was like just a cringe joke to begin with.
Yeah.
So then the next guy goes up and he's got like cans of shit or whatever, and like noodles and like all things that are very specifically for one dish. And so he's like, the cashier's like, "Okay, so we've got pasta sauce, ground beef, tomato, and beans, and an onion. Let me guess, chili and spaghetti." He's like, and the guy's like, yeah, chili, and then I needed spaghetti noodles for another thing. And it's just like, what is the end goal of this conversation? So by the time I finally get there, I'm clearly not in the mood for conversation. Nothing really memorable happens to me at that occasion, but I remember just sitting through that and being like, oh my God, this guy's insufferable. So then, like, just the other day, I go there, and this time he's working not as a cashier, but just as, like, the self-checkout person to, come over and help for any issues, and the person that's supposed to be, sanitizing the fucking credit card machine after every use, because COVID, whatever. And so I go in there, and it was one of these fast trips where I'm like, I'm just going to run in, because I'm dead inside, I don't want to be doing anything. I'm like, I'm going to run inside, I'm going to get the sale on pop, and I'm gonna leave. So I go in, I get my small cart, and I head straight down the aisle. I load it up with 3 things of Dr. Pepper because it's on sale 3 for $12. And then I go and start getting in the self-checkout, and there's nobody in line at the self-checkout. I walk right up to the empty computer, and this guy comes up behind me, this cashier, and he's like, "Having a party, sir?"
Oh my God.
I'm like, you know it, because, like, what am I going to say? No, I just drink. I mean, like, to me, it's not weird to buy 3 things of soda especially when it's on sale, to buy 3 of them for a deal. To me, that's not weird. That's pretty much how I buy my soda.
Not weird at all.
So instantly I'm like, why are you even saying this? And then I realize, okay, it's the guy from before. It's the guy that clearly has some sort of disease, some sort of disorder, and just being too overly friendly and not having any sort of awareness.
Right.
So, whatever. I'm like, it. I start scanning my Dr. Peppers. And as I'm scanning them, right across the way, there's a bench where the janitor for the Food Lion is taking his break, and he's watching this whole exchange. And he goes, from the bench, he's like, nah, he likes it sweet. And then he starts singing the Dr. Pepper Little Sweet song, which I don't know. Because, I've seen the commercials with that little man, that like rock and roll guy, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
I've seen the commercials, but like I don't know what the song is, you know what I mean? It's not like it's something like Dr. Pepper, I don't know what the fuck it is. But so he starts singing it to me. He's like, that commercial? I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, why is this happening to me? It's like, I'm glad, I guess, that something has happened to me recently worth chatting about, but it's like, why did this have to happen to me? Because I want to be invisible, so to speak, when I'm in there. I don't want people to be judging what I'm doing. Because, fuck, I went to Walmart today and I bought a box of condoms and a box of KY jelly. So, like, is the cashier going to say, like, having sex, sir? Like, clearly.
Did you not go to the...
No, I went to self-checkout, of course. But, like, fuck, I was at self-checkout with the pop. And this guy's still going to come up and comment on what I'm buying. So, is he going to come up behind me and be like, having sex?
Sometimes I buy lube at Kroger.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
It's really awkward. But it's like, I don't know. And then it's, you get both extremes, because sometimes it's like I don't want to be spoken to at all. But then when I am in line and then the person is like dead inside, or they're just like going through the motions, I'm like, well, fuck me. I don't like, fuck me for being here. It does make you feel weird. Because like today, for instance, I went to Smoke City to, buy more of my Devil's Vape.
Your Devil's Vape, is that the brand?
No. It's Kick is the brand, but my sin stick.
Oh, okay.
And I've never had bad service when I went into this. This is the second store in town that I've gone to, because the first store I did have pretty much consistently bad service, and they didn't accept debit cards. Like, you had to go get cash at the ATM or pay on Cash App, and I'm like, I really don't want to do that. And so I go into the store, and it's been a pretty good experience. They've got a wide range of stuff. The people are always nice, and they're relatively close to my age, so I feel more comfortable shopping with them. And it's at the other place, they've got loud music blaring, and this is just like a quiet store. Like in a strip. It's just a much nicer experience at this place. However, today when I go in there, I'm the only customer in the store, and there's only two employees are sitting there. The one guy definitely knows I'm a regular. He's the guy that helps me out the most, the one I'm actually usually the most anxious to see, because I'm like, he knows how often I'm here. But there's another guy who I didn't know there, and they're both like standing behind the counter, just like chatting, having this little discussion. And I'm like standing right in front of the counter that I want something from, and they're like walking back and forth, having a little discussion, looking at me, looking back, and still talking. And I'm just standing there, and for like genuinely, I don't know why this washed over me, but I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm about to say, am I invisible? And I'm like, I don't want to say that. Like, I'm standing there and I'm like, literally just looking around like, hello? Like, I'm literally, it's not like they're across the way.
They see you right there and they're just not acknowledging your existence.
Literally, like right across the counter from me. And the thing is, this has never happened to me in this store. Usually I can't even make it in the store without, it's almost like it's CC's Pizza. And they're like, welcome to CC's, like the second you walk in the door. So to me, it was like such this weird experience. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously they're having a conversation. They were talking about something. They're like, so wait, they put it in here? They put this and this? I'm like, so okay, maybe he's like training him. But then like to just not acknowledge me at all, I'm like, what's happening? So I'm standing there and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And eventually the conversation stops and they're just like standing there and they still don't say anything. And so I'm like,
Are they like waiting for you?
I don't know. And so I had like two urges. The first one was like, I'm going to say, am I invisible? And then it's going to be really awkward. So I didn't say that. And then the second urge, I was like, I think I'm just going to leave because I felt so awkward. But I'm like,
Why would you? No, don't do that.
that's also awkward. So I just stood there, and then eventually I like made eye contact with the guy that I knew, that I feel like I know. And he's like, did you need something? And I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. Yeah. So he rings me up, and as I'm leaving, I'm like, I think that's the last time I'm ever gonna go. Obviously, that's not true. The second this runs out, I'm gonna be like, I gotta go back. But it just was such a strange experience. I really felt like I was invisible. And the thing that I didn't like was that it like made me feel like I should be a Karen. And I don't want to ever do that. Like, I don't ever want to be like put in that situation where I'm like, I have to be a Karen right now.
I had kind of, I mean, not really a sort of similar experience at IHOP today because I was door dashing earlier, but I walked into this IHOP and there's literally just one other person who's just sitting there waiting for their order in the entire building. Like, I can hear people in the back, but nobody's come out. So this guy was probably dealing with it more than I am. And he's like, are you picking up a DoorDash too? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, dude, I've been here for 20 minutes and I still haven't done anything. I'm like, what? Like, I would just give him a call. I would just call the business and be like, I'm here.
Yeah, nobody had even come out to like check, like,
no,
to assist him at all.
No, and then they came out because we're standing at the table where it's like, this is the table you would pick up DoorDashes from. And finally, he contacts Dasher support, which calls them, and like we hear the phone ring. He's like, that was me, and I'm like, okay, I would have just called him myself, I guess. But the lady finally comes out and she's like, who are you guys waiting for? And so we tell him the names, and then she's like, oh, okay, yeah, those are just right in the back here. And this dude's pissed. He's like, what the fuck? But I'm like, I just showed up. And it was a $20 order. So I'm like,
for like $20 for you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're like, I'll wait.
Ended up being like $20.75. So I'm like, I don't care. This is like an hour's worth of work.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, for something like that. But I have totally been in that other guy's position where I'm like, this is killing.
Oh, me too.
My hourly rate. I mean,
usually if I wait more than 10 minutes, I'm just canceling the order.
Oh yeah, me too. I do that, and like it's like really for me, it's easier to find any excuse to stop, and so something like that, it's like that's it, and I'm like
that's my last order.
Yeah, and it like ruins it for me because sometimes I'm like having like a good time, and I'm doing like 3, 4, 5 orders, and I'm like, wow, I'm feeling good. This is like almost fun. It's not, but like almost, you know what I mean? And you're like, okay, wow, cool, and then you get that one order and it's just like, that's it, I'm done. And
yeah, it's like, all like if you have like consistent orders where they're like tipping high, you get there, it's already ready, you're in and out of the store, and then you're just dropping it off, don't even have to talk to people, that's fine,
right?
But as soon as you get the orders where it's like it's a fucking hell waiting game, and then couple that with like if the same order has like a apartment that's hard to find, or they're delivering it to a business and then they didn't tell you what the business was called.
Yep.
So you're just supposed to find it.
Yep. Classic terrible delivery experiences.
Yeah, I took 2 orders today, made $30, and I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, it's like great when you can just get in and make a quick buck, really.
Yeah.
It sucks when you're like trying to, when you really have a goal and you're like, I need to make $150 to like pay my rent, then it just feels like every order pops up and it's like $3. No, I don't want $3.
Yeah, when I'm doing that, like my Dasher, my acceptance rate is like less than 10%.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm just so choosy
picky.
now. I won't take anything like under $10.
Really, under $10? Wow, that's a.
Well, I mean, it's not worth it unless. Well,
no, yeah, you're right.
I'd take like a $7 order that was maybe like 3 miles away. If it's $7 for $4 miles, no.
Right. It's weird that there's like some sort of scale where it's like, yeah, that's worth it. That's not. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. And like honestly, I don't really like DoorDash anymore. I never order from it because obviously it's way too expensive. But other than that, I don't like the fact that like a lot of places like Papa John's and Domino's and those sorts of things use it to deliver pizza, because the deliveries are so much less reliable than a pizza delivery driver. For sure. Because it takes forever for somebody to come and pick up the order and then drive it over there, and they might have 3 other orders. I mean, at least when it's the pizza like at Pizza Hut, is basically as soon as the pizza's done, a driver's going to take it unless there's like also a second pizza about to come out of the oven.
Yeah. Or there's no drivers, but
Yeah, and like now they're just gonna sit there and wait and wait and wait. I mean, and I get it, they don't have the drivers, but like a lot of them have like, I mean, Papa John's, at least the ones in Savannah, don't even hire drivers anymore. They just have DoorDash. They've like outsourced the delivery to DoorDash. And so you don't even realize when you're ordering a pizza for delivery that it's going to be delivered by DoorDash instead of Papa John's. And that's a no to me. Like if I don't order delivery anymore, like I'll just go pick it up because it's so unreliable that it's going to be actually delivered on time and good.
yeah, exactly. And I order DoorDash maybe a couple times a week just because like there'll be situations where I just don't have groceries and then I'm working. I'm like, yeah, I could either take my hour-long lunch break and spend 30, 45 minutes at the grocery and then have like 10, 15 minutes to like make myself something where I could just relax. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me just order something. But what always frustrates me about ordering to my house is that it's literally like a fucking IQ test. And it shouldn't have to be.
Yeah.
It's like are you a double, maybe even single digit IQ person or like potentially triple digit IQ?
Why do they have such a hard time finding it?
They don't have a hard time finding it. They could find my house just fine, but my instructions, because I don't use like my front door.
Right, because it has like furniture in front of it too.
Well, not furniture anymore, but I put a tapestry over it. I just don't like using that door.
Yeah.
Mainly because the front door outside locks.
Oh, I see.
And anytime I walk out of it, it's annoying because I have to like, okay, let me unlock this one and then let me unlock my actual door inside.
see.
It's just annoying. So I always ask them like, please bring it around back. And I give very clear instructions. I'm like, I have a porch with a colorful rug, a blue cooler on the bottom floor with a peace sign in the door. Please leave it there. I say it's around back. Please leave around back. I tell you, like probably 75% of the deliveries don't do that.
So
they
end up
no, they just leave it on the front door.
Oh.
Like just blatantly don't follow the instructions at all. I would say out of that, maybe 10% of the people who will like message me and be like, hey, I don't know where around back is. And I'm like, how do you not know?
Right.
It's around, like, they're like, I don't know how to get there. I'm like, how the fuck do you walk around any building?
Right.
Like, how do I describe to you what around back means? Like, there's no clearer way to say it. Like, if you don't know how to walk around the building, then how the fuck did you get here?
Right. That's ridiculous.
But some people are just genuinely confused, and they're like, are you on the top floor? And I'm like, no, I'm on the bottom floor. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, I'm here at this building, and I only see top apartments. And I'm like, how the fuck could that ever be a thing? Why would they make an apartment building with only second floor apartments?
Right, in the bottom.
They were at my house, too. They saw my house and then thought that.
That's so stupid.
It makes me so mad. So I've just gotten to the point now where I just complain every time they do something like that.
Give them a bad rating.
Oh, yeah, every single time, because they should not be dashing. Like, I've tried to get a few people I had this guy last week who just fucking pissed me off because, like, he accepted my order. Then I'm hungry as fuck at work. Just starving, and I ordered Indian, and I'm just so excited for it. He accepted my order and then sat in the gas station for, like, 15, 20 minutes. And I knew exactly where the place is. I'm like, I know right where his thing is. That's a gas station. Then he goes and picks up my order, then proceeds to not even leave for another 20 minutes. So I contact Dasher support, and I'm like, this guy has not moved for like 40 minutes. Like, he's just sitting there. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, okay, well, let me see if I can get a hold of him. And then they like got a hold of him, and like, then he started moving.
Like, he's like, okay, I'll do something now.
Then the bitch gets here and just blatantly doesn't follow the instructions, just leaves it on the front door. Like, that's what always annoys me, because you get the picture. It's like, your order's been dropped off. And then I look at the picture. I'm like, already like preemptively mad for what.
Right.
If it's on the back, I'm just like, oh, thank you. And then I'll send the person a message like, thank you so much.
Does it get inside? I mean, or do they just leave it out like on the front porch?
They just leave it right out on the front door, the front porch.
Wow. So not even like the door to your apartment in like out front.
Yeah.
But genuinely out
just
front.
Sitting outside for anybody to come pick up.
Oh my God. That's so annoying.
Oh my God, it's fucking infuriating.
That's so annoying. I hate that. And like, I don't even know. And like, you know, it's part of the reason why I'm like hesitant about like, you know, one of the main jobs that's hiring around here right now is working as an Amazon delivery driver, which sounds like a good thing, you know, in the same sense of like all the pros of delivering pizza was, you know, getting to listen to content and, you know, music or podcasts and being out on the road and driving around. But it also, it makes me feel like, but then there's going to be people like in a huge apartment complex where it's like, where do you live? Like you have to put your address, like you can't, you know what I mean? And like all these like weird delivery instructions and all of the things that make delivering awful, I feel like are also there for, postal service and Amazon delivery.
At a certain point, it is a skill. Like, I don't really... Like, the apartments in Columbus are way more difficult than in Dayton, but, like, I've just gotten used to it, so...
Yeah.
And at a certain point, if I can't find it... And I imagine this is how it's like with Amazon. This package is undeliverable.
Oh, yeah. Just be like, you're going to have to pick it up from an Amazon locker.
Exactly, right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then eventually, you're like, oh, shit, that's where 123 1/3 is? Okay, I can do that next time.
Yeah, I imagine that's what the mail people do, too, because I always thought that would be hard.
Yeah.
Like, how do they, like, know? They're like, okay, let me get this whole bag of mail right here. This is everybody on this block. That seems hard.
I know. It's crazy. The amount of, like, sorting that must have happened and, like, is it, like, bunched together? Like, because your route takes so many streets, so, like, are they bunched together by street, and then you take a street of mail and put it in there, and those are bundled up by each house? Like, I mean, are they going through every single... It seems stressful, honestly, and it's crazy to see, like the lady that delivers mail here is so, like... I mean, she's probably, like, 30, but she seems so young. And so, like, I'm not that she's unqualified, but you just look at her and I'm like, she does it so quick. Like when she's out there filling up all of the apartments in their mailboxes, that I'm like, how does she know where that goes? Like, how does she know that, like, she's just grabbing handfuls of mail and shoving it in all of the, into the slots? I'm like, how is she sure that all of that mail goes to me? It's crazy.
Right.
I know it's listed on there, but it's like, I feel like that would take forever until you get used to, like, just being like, you know what I mean? Whatever. I don't know. Delivering's hard. It's not that hard. I've done it a lot, and it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's made harder when people don't use any sort of common sense.
Yeah, which is a lot.
It is a lot. I try not to go out if I have to, because when I go out, I end up getting angry, because I'm just like, I hate all the people. The only place that I really like to go to is the Savannah Mall, and that's because it's like even more dead than the Upper Valley Mall was before it got closed.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing, genuinely the only thing in there that people go to is the food court, which has two Chinese restaurants and then a deli kind of restaurant that sells Philly cheesesteaks and that kind of stuff. Uh-huh. And every other store in the mall, for the most part, is either vacant or it's a mom and pop store. And so there's nobody in the mall. Jesus. And it's a two-store. I just use it. I'm literally a mall walker. That's the only place I want to go to, because I'm it's so empty. There's nobody around. And when there's even 10 or 15 people who have had the same decision for the day and they go to the mall to try to walk around, I leave. Because I'm the joy in this is that there's nobody here. Damn. It's crazy. I've really explored. I'm wanting to get ballsy enough to walk down one of the service corridors, because I'm there's nobody here. They do have 2 security guards. There's no cameras. It's so much like the Upper Valley Mall that I'm I know I could do it, but I'm afraid that would be the one time they'd be well, and you're 26, so you're arrested. I mean, maybe. It's not like I'd be stealing, but...
Dude, we have a Bath & Body Works store that's closed right now. I forget exactly where they're at, but they're closed because their mall just stopped paying the power bill. Oh! They have no clue when they'll be back up.
That's crazy.
If they'll ever be back up.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's weird how, it's interesting because, I was, looking up the history of the mall, and, this mall is newer than the other mall that's in town, the Oglethorpe Mall. And when they built the Savannah Mall, it was supposed to be this is, the new place, that's going to put the Oglethorpe Mall out of business. Mm-hmm. No, it's the exact opposite. It was built, it's actually the same, it was built in, 95, I think it said, and it's already basically out of business. I mean, it might as well be out of business. It's a glorified track, essentially. I mean, it's a glorified track. There is one business in there, though, that makes me... every time I walk by, it makes me really nostalgic, because it reminds me of Vaxxin videos. And I loved going there the 1 or 2 times that we went there. I know we discovered it very late in its existence, but it was a really cool place. And, you know, and I there's always been a part of me that, like, wants to, like, run a store like that. I mean, that one was a lot more dedicated to, like, arcades and video games, and I'd like, you know, probably be more, like, dedicated to DVDs and that kind of stuff. But this place in the Savannah Mall is called, like, Treehouse and Putt-Putt Adventures or something like that. And it's got more like, it has like this giant Chuck E. Cheese tube construction thing, like kids crawl around in and shit like that. It's got like a putt-putt course, but it also has like a small little arcade and then like a, you know, like snack counter at the back. And it totally reminds me of Vax and Videos, and it reminds me of like the idea that we had to have like open our own sort of Vax and Videos arcade with like a fucking, I remember we talked about like having like a Donato's pizza
Yes,
like,
that would be
in
awesome.
the back of it, like just a place where you could go and play these old games and you know, buy a DVD still. Like, fuck, take me back to that era, folks.
Yeah, most of the shit you see like that now is just like bars.
Yeah, and I don't want to, I mean, I don't drink, so I don't want to go to a bar, but at the same, it is weird. I mean, at a certain age, it's like, are you really going to go to a place where, like, kids play? Because, I mean, there were a lot of kids at Vax and Videos when we were there as, like, 20-year-olds, but it didn't feel as weird as it would, I feel like, now, being 26.
Yeah, you're right.
There is nobody ever in this business. There's nobody in any of the businesses ever at any of the stores in the mall.
Jesus.
So I don't know how he stays open.
How do balls like that stay open?
I don't know. And so to me, it's like a dream. I'm like, I would love to work at any of the stores in this mall just because I know I wouldn't have to deal with anybody except like on a rare basis.
Why don't you apply there?
Because I'm sure that it's like the places that are hiring, it's like I'm sure they're like below minimum wage, you know what I mean? Like,
ow.
Not below minimum wage, but
something.
certainly not a good amount of money. Yeah, I mean, it would be something, but certainly not any good amount of money if they're, because I mean, I don't know how they even stay in business to begin with. Like, there's a few stores that are like nation chains that it's like, obviously, whether this store might close, but whether the store gets sales or not, like, obviously the people who work at Cato are going to get paid because Cato has stores nationwide.
Right.
But how are the people at like Go Treehouse and Putt-Putt Adventures, how the hell is he making money? Like, does he live on like Social Security and like he's retired and so it doesn't matter that nobody's ever in his business?
Maybe it's just getting a bunch of small business loans.
I guess. I don't know. I got to figure out how to do it because like I would love to just be able to rent out a store in one of these dying malls and just be like, that's my job. And if I don't make money, it doesn't matter because like this is my business and like somehow I still make enough money to stay in business because I have my small business loans, I guess. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Malls are dying. I was shocked to see that photo of the Upper Valley Mall completely gutted. I don't know what I was thinking, but I still kind of thought that it would maintain all of similar architecture and just like now have offices in it. I don't know if that was like retarded of me to think that, but I really didn't think there was going to be this huge like actual gutting of all of the interior architecture. Truly crazy.
Yeah, it's really gutting because like you said, like I thought we at least were going to be able to go walk around and just see what offices were there.
Right. And now it doesn't. You still might be able to, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
No, it is not.
But if it is, I mean, obviously I'm going to go in there and walk by all the offices and be like, oh, shit. I guess I almost kind of pictured it like suddenly instead of just being a storefront, it would just be an office. Like instead of being Sears, it's just a business, but it's an office. But now you can walk through it. It's still like they're all connected by the inner hallway. But now I'm thinking, like, are they just going to divide it up and put them all exterior entrances and then not be connected in the middle? It's weird. It's just strange. Not what I pictured at all.
Me neither.
Rest in peace to the Upper Valley Mall. I hope that the Savannah Mall can stay open long enough that it can continue to be my personal track. I love walking there. It's nice. And I hope they get the air conditioning fixed because the last time I was there, it was very hot. But folks, next week we're got a good one for you. We're gonna be doing our next records episode, reviewing local SoundCloud legend Little Dane, a Zooey winning SoundCloud artist, Little Dane. We're gonna review his classic, highly promoted album, The Danication. The Danication Volume 1, because I think when I checked there were up to like 5 volumes. It's gonna be terrible, folks, but it's gonna be a hell of a good episode. So until then, stay moat.
Stay moat.
I'm just a small town boy from Appalachia.